Boys, welcome back to another video. Now, this one is going to be a long one. I think this is probably my longest video ever. If you watch all of this, let me know down below. I know some of you are going to say you will, but if you actually do, fair play, because it's a long one. Got a lot to get through, a lot of players, and that's why it's so long. So, first off, of course, we've got the 2 million coin SBC, Player of the Month Neymar. Now, the reason I did this and didn't just buy one of the ones at Cam was because I really needed a left mid version, and I knew he wouldn't get another left mid version this year, so I had to get that one. Next up, Socrates, 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. You all know I've loved this guy since the start of FIFA. No matter what version I've used, I've just adored him, and I would recommend him to any of you. Next up, our foot champions, Sergio Aguero. We got him out of an 87 upgrade pick. Stats speak for themselves. He's better than I ever thought he would be. People don't usually use Aguero on FIFA anymore, but he's been good for me. But I am ready to get him out of the team now, I won't lie. Next up was Gerard Piqué. He was an SBC right at the start of the game. I think he cost about 200k. For the start of the game, very good centre-back. Now, 72 pace. Just not going to cut it. But, yeah, for what it was at the start, very good. Then, Player of the Month, Thiago Silva. I was so happy when this card came out. But again, much like Piqué, for the very start of the game, Thiago Silva was good. But now, 66 pace, that's just not going to cut it anymore. Played 500 or so games with him, ready for his team of the season. Next up is Player of the Month, Courtois. I've really wanted to use him. I want to use him more than I do. I've played 5 games with him. I did him with the idea of actually putting him in the team, but he just doesn't get the links, unfortunately. Next, we go and we'll look at Michael Essien. We packed him in the last icon swap. I didn't get him. I actually just packed him in the Prime Icon pack. It's on the channel if you want to watch it. He's been good so far. Only just put him in the team. Enjoying him. Then Di Maria. The problem with this Di Maria is that 2-star weak foot. If he was on the right, no problem, like he usually is, because he'd cut in to the left foot. But on the left, he cuts in on the right, and that 2-star weak foot is a killer for him. Next, Footless Cavani. Only did this SBC because I love Cavani. If you don't know, I'm kind of a PSG fan, sort of. So I've got a lot of PSG players in the club. Then we have Van der Sar. I don't even really like this card, and I know that seems insane because he's played over 1,000 games. He is okay, but I feel like he lets me down a lot as well. I feel like there's a lot of things he could save that he just doesn't. But then I know a lot of people like him as well, so maybe that's just me. Next is Red Hugo Lloris. Not much to say. I got him in as a foot champ reward, you know. Not bad. Some people would use him, I know for sure. Then next up is Joe. He was a objective not so long ago. Not a bad card. His stats are pretty good, but he feels a little bit clunky in game. Now this guy, Ricardo Quaresma, 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Probably, being serious, the nicest feeling card when it comes to dribbling that I have used so far, other than maybe 95 Ronaldinho. I think he just feels so good on the ball, especially when you're using LB dribbling. And yeah. The unfortunate thing about this Quaresma is that he was a flashback SBC, so he is no longer gettable unless EA decides to release him, which they do sometimes. They re-release SBC, so hopefully they do. Next up is the Italian Messi, the 89 Politano. Haven't played many games with him yet because I've only just got this one. I was using the 87, and you'll see his stats and stuff in a bit. Now, Kyle Walker, this guy is obviously going to be leaving because he's expensive. And if I didn't mention it, I'm actually clearing my club out. That's why I'm filming the club tour now. Probably the best right back in the Prem. Better than Cancelo. But I needed it for chemistry. So I'm going to miss Walker for sure. Then Alessandro Nesta. Icon swaps. Was good at the time. No longer good enough. Much as the same as Piqué and Thiago Silva. Then my man Paulinho. Another one who I've used for so long. Over 1,000 games. I think nearly 1,500. Just no longer cuts it. Not good enough anymore. Had to take him out for that very reason. He's just not quick enough, is his biggest problem. Then Fabregas, another one I did for emotion. I do a lot of SBCs just because it's an emotional card. If it's a player I like and I see him come out, I just get an urge to do it. So that's why Fabregas. Jordi Alba, packed him. ages ago during Team of the Year time. He's just stayed here for some reason. Red Mahrez, this guy, another one that I really like. Played a lot of games for me. The 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Probably going to get Team of the Season, and I might get it, depending on how much he costs and all that. Next up, we have someone I use as a super sub, 88 Osimhen. This was one of those evolution cards sort of things, where you had to you had to hit goals to like get the next version of the card. I'm sure you all know what I mean. And this is obviously the best version of Osimhen that you can get right now. Probably going to get Team of the Season. Next up, we have Kovacic, which was the level 30 storyline card from last season at the time of recording, I believe. And he's actually really good, Kovacic. Really like him. Then we have Gabrielson. He is a milestone card. I think the Liga Un milestone card. But you have to have got Shoji first to get this guy. And together they're a very good pair and actually very quick. Next, Tarat. And only recently has this guy come out. I told all you guys to do him. Haven't played with him much yet, but I am using him as a sub. He's on the bench. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. And let's be honest, the streets are never going to forget that season at QPR. Tarat was insane. Ziyech, packed him, barely used him, other than objectives. He's definitely going to be going because he's actually quite expensive. I didn't expect him to be as much as he is. De Ligt's another one that's going to be going. Only ever use him for objectives now. Cancelo, only just bought him. Obviously, bought him for Chem. I really like Cancelo anyway. 5-star skill moves on this card. 4-star weak foot. 6 foot. Really good right back. Just probably not as good as Walker. If I had to recommend, if you can use either or, probably get Walker. Then Edin Dzeko. This is another one that was an objective right near the start of the game. Can't remember what you had to do to get him, but obviously I've barely used him. He's just not good for FIFA. Red Parejo, not much to say. Packed him. Ozil, another one that was an objective right near the start of the game. It was Ozil and Dzeko, or Dzeko then Ozil, like back-to-back weeks. Both during Ultimate Scream. Then we have the 87 Italian Messi, which is the one that I've obviously used a lot more. It's always been as a super sub. He's very rarely ever got a start. 4-star, 4-star. I'm sure most of you all know by now. Just a really good card. This Vardy, barely ever used him again. He was very cheap. He was like 30k from scratch right near the start of the game. He wasn't always 87 overall. He actually did get an upgrade. Same with Martinez, actually. Another one, used for objectives. Believe I packed him. Nothing too special. He's quite a good card. Red Verratti, useless on FIFA. 5'5". Slow. Just not good on FIFA. Then Skriniar, packed. Ilicic. Foot Champions reward. Perisic, this is another one of my super subs. I like Perisic a lot. Plie, never really get a chance to use him because I don't use the Bundesliga much, but he is a good card. 4-star skill moves, only the 3-star weak foot. Aouar, definitely use him if you can, if he fits. Kind of like Quaresma. His LB dribbling is another level. One of the best players I've used for it. But again, you had to pick this card at the time to even have him, so you know, that's the problem with a lot of these. Like Moishkin, barely ever used him. Another one I did just because I like the player. Like I said, you've seen a lot of that. Then Zola, got him in an icon pack. One game with him, wasn't even me. That was my mate. Champions League for Songen, not worth mentioning. What are these called? Shapeshifters, forgot the name of the card. Shapeshifters, Lucas Moura, don't like him. My mate's got him, says he swears by him, really good. Not for me. I think he feels far too clunky on the ball, and he doesn't feel as fast as his pace would suggest. This Di Maria, probably better than my higher rated Di Maria, just because he's on the right and he can cut in on his left, rather than being on the left, cutting in on his right. Red Milinkovic-Savic, looks like a decent card, 6'3", 4-star, 4-star, solid stats, but he's never going to get a game. Jimenez, Muniain, these guys are going to get sold. Roberto Carlos, still use him. He's still in the team to this day. Nearly played 2,000 games for me. That is insane. Martinez, player of the month, came out right at the start of the game. Did him because he was cheap. Oh, no, he wasn't. Or was he cheap? I'm not sure. Velo was cheap. I'm not sure if he was. Hulk, SBC, right near the start. I don't regret it. He was quite good for a little while. A lot of people didn't like him, but he worked for me. And Babu, obvious, everyone knows, really good right back, but I'm not a Bundesliga guy. Red de Vrij, not much to say. Toko Wakambi, player of the month, he was really cheap, so I did him. 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, he's okay, I guess. Carvajal, he actually got into the team for quite a while. He used to link in with the ultimate screen PK. Tagliafico, don't even know where he came from. Don't know if I packed him, if he was an object. He was an objective. He was an objective, I can remember. Danilo, just too slow. I think if this was a level 30 card right now in either season 1 or 2, just too slow. Douglas Costa, I actually do really like Douglas Costa, but his finishing, as you can see, 65, I think that says, lets him down so much. Diego Carlos, played a lot of games with him now. Initially I did him and didn't actually use him. And then I put him in the team for a squad builder and just fell in love with the guy. And now he's played all those games. Going to be in the team until I can get a hold of Team of the Season, Thiago Silva, for sure. Next, we have a Futmas Santi Cazorla. That's an objective or an SBC, I can't remember. There's Shoji, 85 pace to go with the 87 pace Gabrielson. Very good centre-back link. Then Moy Gomez, nothing to say. Shah, and I don't actually like him. I haven't liked him in the games I've used him. I know a lot of people do. Headliner Tammy Abraham, I believe this was an SBC. I think this was a cheap SBC, and that's the reason I did it. Dan James is someone I've been using recently. Like Osimhen, this is the best version. He was an evolution card. Someone I've been using recently is a super sub. And if you've got him, please use him as a super sub or in your actual team, because he's probably the fastest player on the game. Maybe that Adama Traore. I'm not sure. They're both so quick. Herrera, that's for Castro. We keep him about. Maguire, 54 pace. Never going to get a game, ever. Zapata, again, just a foot champs pick. And Maeda, I think that's how you say that. He was the mid-season pick. Took him because he looks cool. Simple. And then next, foot champions Coman. Rapid, 4-star skill moves. Never going to play for me. Lucas Paqueta. I actually went out my way to get this guy. He was an objective very recently. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. I do want to give him a try at some point. Then Correa. You guys, I don't think you actually saw me pack him, but I did. I pulled him out of just a random pack. I don't know if I was recording it. Dubravka. Not much to say. We're getting to that point now where it's just the more, the cards that are here. See Quagliarella. Tilo Kehrer. Barely used him, but he was good when I have, but he's going to be leaving as well, because that's what all this is about. That's why I'm showing you the club now. Bernat, much of the same. I told you right at the start of the video that I've just got an addiction to buying PSG players. Seedorf, I packed him within a couple weeks of the game coming out. Still usable in teams to this day. Still a very good card, even though it's a baby icon. And he's wormed his way back into my main team again, but soon to be replaced at Team of the Season. Storyline Zaha, super sub at the start of the game, at the end of the first season, very good. Rui Costa, 4-star, 4-star, got him in a pack, untradeable, was not happy at the time. You can see the video on YouTube. But to be honest, when I've used him, he's been nothing but good. Champions League Tolisso, not much to say. Trossard, Mendy. This one, I did this card and I barely ever used it because of Roberto Carlos. He cost like 250k. And I'm not going to lie, I regret it. That's the one SBC that I did that I really regret. Storyline Caceres, not much to say. Smalling, headliner Smalling, actually been good when I've used him, but I don't get much chance to use him. Red Asabi, and not even played a game with him. Red Henderson. This Remy, I used for a squad builder. Again, that's someone else I wasn't a fan of, but I got the SBC because I like Remy. Kalu and Osimhen. That's a nice little link, actually. That's obviously one of the worst versions of Osimhen. And yeah, now we're just definitely on to just the stuff that's I've got lurking about the club for whatever reason. Over the Ake, I get asked about him all the time because obviously I've got a bunch of coins and I choose to use Ake. People are wondering why. Is he really good? Yes, he is. Definitely really good. I don't know what he costs now. I paid 195k for him. He's probably a lot cheaper than that now. So if you're wondering, should you use Ake? I think he's better than normal Van Dijk for sure, if that helps. And then we have the SBC Jonathan. He is the league SBC. For the start of the game, was very good. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. But now, we're in April. I can't imagine he's going to be anything too special. What we got here? King, Footmas, Mendes and Sanchez. The ones to watch, Bissaka. Shapeshifter, Mackay Steven. Man of the match, Almiron. Only ever bought him for the man of the match team that I did, the Fanta squad. That's on the channel somewhere. I'm losing my way. I've been speaking for so long now. There was Player of the Month Osimhen there, a card I really liked for a while until he got his better card. Red Mason Mount and Inform Mason Mount, or Team of the Week moments. Team of the Week moments, Debussy. So much talking. This video is falling apart. But yeah, you can see, just a club full to the brim of stuff. And that is why I'm doing this, because Team of the Season is coming. And I would advise all of you now, if you've got a club like this, where you've just got a bunch of discardable stuff. Well, not discardable, but sellable. If it'll sell for, 10 to 50k and you don't really use it, my advice would be to get it gone now. Because we all need to get ready for Team of the Season. And of course, we've got my two players there, Billy Gilmore and Charles Vernam. Charles Vernam will not be going anywhere. This is the greatest player of all time. Cost me like 5.7k, is that? Or 5.9. But yeah, that is it, boys. That is going to do it from me. Just one quick little blast through the club. And yeah, that was a long video to record. Wow, my throat is killing me. I've completely lost track of what I'm doing. Oh, I believe I show you after this, I think I show you what's tradable and what's not. I think I changed the filter just to show you the tradable stuff. The stuff that I'm definitely going to be getting rid of. Obviously, I'm not going to be getting rid of a lot of the untradeable stuff, or any of it, because what would be the point of that? So this is the pre-Team of the Season club tour. I'll definitely do one more after Team of the Season, after it's all done, because this will obviously going to look a lot different. A lot of these players are going to be gone, and there's probably going to be a lot of Team of the Season cards in here. And some new icons as well. And yep, here's just the tradable stuff. A lot of this is going to be going. Pretty much most of it. Just think how much money's there in all the just even just the 10k discards. There's like 100 odd k on that page alone. And there, another 100 odd k. So we've got a lot of money. We've already got 2.6 mil. We'll probably be over 3 million by the time I've sold up. No, we definitely will be. And yeah, like I said, boys, that is going to do it from me. If you stayed until the end of this, what can I... If you stayed until the end, go in the comments and write... What can you write? Write, Thiago Silva is the GOAT. If you stay till the end, Thiago Silva is the GOAT. And I'll know you watched all the way. Thank you so much for watching, boys. And I believe this is going out next Saturday. So I will see you again on Monday for Top 100 Squad Battle Rewards. Thanks for watching, boys. Cheers.